These are the kitchen scraps that came out of these vegetables. Richard roasted some rooted vegetables for his weekly meals, and out of that came the most incredible kitchen scraps. And these, let me tell you, are way more nutrient dense than those. So Richard got all the starches and I got all the minerals, and these are going into a kitchen scrap broth that is going to go into all our foods, and is a very rich source of potassium and a host of other minerals. So this will give me about a couple of gallons of broth, which will be used in all sorts of cooking. The other thing Richard did was he made a chicken marbella. I know it's a little bit burnt, but it's absolutely delicious. He put a little bit of sugar on top to caramelize it, and that caused it to burn. But that's chicken marbella. We have a whole bunch of farmers market vegetables that we're gonna cook shortly. So what we're doing is preparing for the coming week. For the coming week, there's gonna be giant salads for Richard. There's gonna be some meat and a tiny bit of starch. He's on a largely ketogenic type diet, so you're gonna say, what's with all these carbs? Well, these are carbs that are better than bread carbs. They are better than, rice carbs. They are whole foods. They have minerals and so on, and a small quantity is probably good for him. It'll take away his cravings for other carbs. Here, what's cooking on the pot is a slow cook of lamb's tongue that my friend Sunshine got in the market for me. These are going to cook deliciously on a very, very low fire for about 2, 3, 4 hours. And I cannot tell you how incredibly delicious lamb's tongue is. So I'm preparing for next week a very nutrient-dense meat. There's going to be kitchen scrap broth. There's chicken marbella for Richard, which is a protein. My protein is going to be largely that tongue over there. There's some starches. We're going to make giant pillowcase salad. So what we do is we'll take all those vegetables you see over there. We will wash them and we'll put them in a wet pillowcase and put that wet pillowcase in a plastic bag so that during the week you simply put your hand into this gold mine here and pull out a bunch of salads and eat them. These are going to be blanched for Brussels sprouts, and I wanted to show you the kind of spices I use and I work with and that are absolutely delicious. So this here is pepper. Everybody knows what pepper is, so I won't go on about that. This is Pakistani or Himalayan cardamom, smoked Himalayan cardamom that lends a wonderful, wonderful flavor, smoky flavor to your dishes. Don't use too much of it. One is enough to flavor a huge pot of food. This is cinnamon. I absolutely love to use cinnamon. I use cinnamon as a stir. A cinnamon stick is my stir in everything liquid, and it really makes a big difference because it makes food so very delicious. I use cloves a lot. I make toothpaste out of a combination of cloves, cardamom, nutmeg. Where did my nutmeg go? I don't see nutmeg. And here I wanted to show you something that's absolutely wonderful smelling. It's called lemon pepper. I don't know if you've used lemon pepper, if you've ever heard of lemon pepper or not, but this is lemon pepper, and I intend to use it to flavor my soups, stews, and vegetables. Let's see what else I have here. I have some maize. This is beautiful, beautiful Indian maize. And oh, the smell is just amazing. The smell is amazing. I would recommend you use these kinds of spices in your food, to throw on top of your foods, to use as condiments. These are not just spices, these are medicine. Things like mace and cardamom, etc. are medicines. This is something called black jeera, or I don't know what the English word for that is, but it's very therapeutic for cancer. If you have cancer or any kind of chronic disease, this is a bitter, bitter kind of cumin that is black. And so you can buy it in a store, and it's I kind of like the flavor. You can make tea from this. It's wonderful. The other kind of spice I use a lot is different types of peppers. This is a Kashmiri chili, which imparts a red color to all your cooking, but is not terribly hot. So I use a combination of hot peppers, Kashmiri peppers. So you get a variety of things to, variety of chili flavors to cook with. The next thing I'm going to show you, if I can open nutmeg. These are nutmegs, and you can make wonderful toothpaste with nutmeg. So take a couple of teaspoons of nutmeg powder, a couple of teaspoons of ground cloves, a couple of teaspoons of ground cinnamon, add about a 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil to it, add a tablespoon of crushed salt to it, add a tablespoon of baking soda to it, mix it all up, and you have the most aromatic, fragrant, good for you toothpaste. Your children will love to eat this toothpaste. So this is a short summary of what we're doing this Sunday morning. I am going to be making tongue over there. I'm making my kitchen scrap broth, inspired of course by Orly Kelly. We all know how to make broth, but you need inspiration from time to time. And Orly is my inspiration. She takes every bit of organic scrap that she cooks with, freezes it or puts it fresh into a pot with water, and makes delicious kitchen scrap broths. And with that, I'll bid you adieu. Have a good Sunday and happy cooking.